Hello everybody, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Wildermyth. We will be continuing our story today with Muffin Co. as we head through Chapter 1 of Campaign number 3. We have been tasked to clear all of the hostile sites before we reach the pass, and so that is what we must do today. We must actually backtrack a little bit. We need to visit the Jor Woods, as well as narrow cliffs, and clear out both of those areas, and then we should be able to move forward to the mountain pass. So we'll start by backtracking a little bit here to the narrow cliffs. Get the party going here. We've also got a bunch of calamities that are coming through. We are going to cancel the ones on the deepests, because those will be the ones that will most impact us on our run. So we will cancel the two of those. But then the Dweavers and the raccoons from the Gorgons will get a little stronger. So hopefully we don't run into too many of those, but we might. But I mean, we're a good party. I believe in us, so it's fine. All right, we made it. We're investigating the area, scouting to see what's happening here. Narrow Cliffs has been revealed, and it is occupied by lurking Draven, so we're gonna go to Quelm Outfitters and clear this place out from the Draven. Woo-hoo! Little nervous. Taking mental stock of my limbs, so I'll know how many I should have later. What about you? I'm good. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah. Brian and Tallara gained temporary damage and potency. Wow, okay. Just saying that we're good actually made us good. Checks out. Alright, so we've got a bunch of guys here. Stormthroat, a stump, and 2 dirts. Alright, so let's move forward. Move Tallara up and Guardian, move Kenny up beside her. Kemi, sorry, I call him Kenny. Potato, potato, I suppose. Then we will interfuse with Brian into these rocks so we can discus this dirt. Beautiful! 1 down, 3 to go. Get Kemi to strike the stump. We'll get Tallara to follow up. Beauty. There he goes. And I guess the other people must be behind this gate, so we're gonna have to actually move up here. Unless they come to us, which I don't think they will unless we open the gate, so. Forward! Alright, Kimmy, open that door. There we go. You can still move forward and attack this Stormthroat. I like how the Stormthroat has a vulture sitting on his arm. That's kind of cool, actually. Oh, shit! I didn't mean to move Brian up. Okay, that's fine. We'll just have to make sure we kill the Stormthroat. I thought that was Tallara who was moving. Okay. We will constrict the Stormthroat, which killed him, and everything is fine. Perfect. As you can see as we're moving in here, this is clearly the Outfitters, as there are a bunch of mannequins all around. It's really cool attention to detail. Not sure why monsters would want to hang out in a clothing store, but, you know, to each their own. Right, Tallara can't quite reach him this turn, but that's okay. Because we'll get Brian to greater constrict him, which killed him. Yeah! Victory! Hey, that's a level up for Kemi. He is now a Bloodhorn warrior. And let's make him a bird. That's cool. I don't know if we've ever done that sort of subclass before. Kemi the bird! Let's go. Alright, and we got an offhand weapon, a torch. But we're not going to give that to anybody, so we will just salvage that. And that should quell the danger here in Quelm Outfitters. Quell. We will secure it. We'll investigate it thoroughly. We're now into year 4. Ooh, and we have an incursion. Deepists in great numbers move to attack your lands, driving peaceful folks before them, leveling homes in hollowed places. So they are coming from the pass, heading down here, so we're going to have to intercept them at some point, which means we've got to work quickly. We have to work very quickly. This is not ideal. Okay, let's move up to Jorwoods. Oh, fuck, we're not done. Okay, we're done there now. We're probably gonna have to do it quickly up in the Jorwoods. Quickly, establish ourselves. We'll give Brian the brooch, give him some dodge, and then we will scout up here. We gotta keep an eye on the incursion as they come. They're probably gonna level that. Ooh, a mending path. A passing pilgrim saves Brian's life. Trekking the narrow spring roads of nowhere, a sudden illness clogs Brian's chest, shoots barbs through his veins, rouses him in the night to kneel heaving in the dark outside the tent. So far, he's pushed through, hoping it would ebb. Instead, it's worsening. Is that a good of affection, or are you about to fall? Here, let's camp in this spot. It looks defensible. Tallara sits Brian down, then goes off for firewood, enough to last the night and the following morning. Brian sips from his canteen. Sunset's not yet close. And odd enough, that's when a faith-called pilgrim comes down the road. You're bad off, aren't you, Earthson? You look it. Do you mind if I stoop down and listen to your signs? I'm Khmer Sleet, no one worth fearing. Pilgrim of an order that's never been popular, a god who'd never asked to be. Whoever you are, The pilgrim bends down and places fingers on Brian's pulse, holds a coin before his mouth, then an ear to his upper chest. Right, that's helpful. I've seen symptoms like these, certainly. Your eyes are still clear, that's good. How long have you... 3 days. Just 3. Who are you? You his friend? Well, that man's suffering from Igorka. Rare disease, folks get it in spring, a wayward spore. I could treat it, but to cure it is impossible. Or nearly, I suppose I should say. A while later. So, what other potions do you do? Khmer's administered a small elixir made from water and wild barrowbell, as well as some burnt, crushed mushrooms. He told Brian to sleep, and he's been in the tent ever since. He'll need more of this elixir. The rest of his life he'll need it. Igor leaves husks where happiness was. It's a brutal way to go. You mentioned a cure. And I shouldn't have. It's one of those convenient stories about a miraculous heal-all. Once long ago, I tried to find it. The journey cost my brother his life. By the time I'd returned empty-handed, the man it would have healed had already passed. Desperate hearts are reckless. Treat the disease patiently and he'll live longer. Think I'll be the one to decide how my heartbeats are spent. Oh, you're already looking better. Some constitution you must have. Feel a lot stronger, and I thank you, but... So tell me, tell us both about this cure. Brian... Oh, Dale, my goddess, my god! He mumbles into the fire a moment. Is this the purpose my wandering feet follow? If it is, and it must be, I'll trust my feet, I will. Then meets their eyes again. Our paths brought us all here. Who am I to deny my place? They huddle close to the flames as the pilgrim, Khmer Sleet, reluctantly describes a distant place, a harrowing guardian, a legendary restorative. And in summary, since you seem set on seeking it out, please, let me accompany you. It's clear to me that I was put in your path for this holy duty. You'll need the elixir regardless, and I can teach you how to make it. So they sleep there that night and set out the next day. This was not what we needed. There is an incursion coming through the lands, and now Brian has been afflicted with a terminal illness. This was not what we needed. We were going to cancel the deepest upgrades again. Fortunately, that does still give us some to the Draven and the Gorgons. I'm gonna go intercept this army. Luckily, it appears the cure was right here next to where the invasion was happening, so we might be able to kill two birds with one stone here. But okay, back to the group. I've never met a holy pilgrim. Over the course of the journey, the disease hasn't left Brian's body, but his health has returned, little by little, with the elixir that Kmir's brewed. You're a pilgrim of the Wandering Church, aren't you? There's got to be some benefits to that, I'm sure. Your cheeks look less sunken, glad to see you eating more. They're nearing their destination, an ancient shrine to the sea, where the fabled restorative is said to be housed. I remember this forest. It's been all my life, and I haven't returned, so it's almost like he's alive again. My brother. Night knocks them off their knees. A short, salty dinner, a stiff drink, and a draught of medicine. Sleep. They wake to mill in the cold dawn, achy and oddly anxious. You asked me yesterday, Brian, about being a pilgrim. Yeah, but if you... My brother and I told you we went after the cure together. Well, the man we were set on retrieving it for. He was our father. In failing, I lost them both. I was overcome with, so many feelings. Guilt, mostly. That I'd led my brother, Ogun. I had led Ogun to his death. For nothing. In the end, it was for nothing. A great cosmic joke. They pack up their camp in quiet and set out again. My brother tended to fear the forest. Came along despite that. Anyway, I dropped my heart in a well of hatred. I'll spare you those evil blank stories. But I met my pilgrim one day. Norlina, she was called. One of Dale's wanderers. Dale, our god, our goddess, Dale. Come, walk with me. That's all she said. That's all anyone needed to say. I was young still. I'd been torturing myself in the world. The unusually sinuous track that winds between the trees leads beneath a rocky overhang into the belly of a cliffside and down. Old Norlina taught me about Dale, her god, not to force me to change, but to affix before me a kind of star. Dale is woman and man, thing and idea. All is in Dale, and Dale is in all. Thus wandering amongst all is joy. Keeping a journal of your journeys is worship. All paths lead where we must be. The whim and the will are no different. All I do is love. Love where my feet carry me. I didn't believe it quickly, but gradually the steps we took, seasons, then years. By the time we came back to my hometown, I wasn't angry anymore. Even at myself. Sorrowful, bitter in moments, but aware as I'd never been of all the love I'd been given. All the love I still had a chance to give back. And I... Stay back, Kmir. Huh? Oh, but that's... Ogun? My brother? Standing exactly as he stood when it struck him. What's... Come take a look at this. Be strong right now. Stay by us. This may be our vaunted guardian. What's left of it, anyway. I remember the thing. Snaking, moving, alive. The terror of its forged fire eyes. I definitely prefer this. How about you? But how'd it die? This altar's untouched. So that's the cure? Kmir? What'd you call the sickness I've contracted? Huh? It's called Igakura. The word is Tharnic, it's... And this remedy? I don't know, the story's old. A restorative of some kind that could be used to heal any malady. It's hard to compare a legend to a hunk of glowing salt. Book I read described it as a gift from the sea answered with treachery. A single crystallized miracle. Close to the crystal, unless they're imagining it, they hear the noise of playful waves and ribboning wind. I hate to be selfish here, but I mean, Kmir's brother is just a ghost, and Brian is the one with the terminal illness, so... I'm gonna use it to heal Brian. This is why we cross paths. I'm happy it'll go to you. Brian lifts the crystal off its altar. It threads his knuckles with spirals of light. A dazzling apple plucked from the tree of stars. The light feels damp. Do I just... Try thinking it, the illness, and the cure. Is that really all you can suggest? What does thinking it even mean? Brian holds the crystal close. He visualizes his own insides, or tries to. Pretends to see the illness, green and hairy among the red arches of his chest. For some reason then, he imagines a scouring wave. It becomes true in him like a memory. Salt and water, chill and churning as the earth deep down moves, lurching wildly and massively and silent. The crystal in his hands fountains light. Coarse seawater seems to rush in his system. The brilliance overflows around them until, in another instant, it drains away. The crystal has dissolved to nothing. A briny mist clings to the air. Brian, are you? Not sure. At least I'm alive. Just then, a hungry growl emerges from the shadows beyond the Gorgon remains. It's echoed by a second unseen mouth. Sprrrr. You heard that? Is that more of them? Get behind us. Of course, we're not getting out of here without a fight. We've got 2 gobblers. The unbelievable stink of rot oozes from its mouth. It moves with hideous agility and unnerving precision. Oh dear. Okay, at least there's only 2 of them. That's good. So we'll move our 2 warriors up. We'll move Brian behind cover so he can interfuse with these bones. And bone lance him. There's a long tongue he has. Wow. Pulled me right over. I mean, I don't even mind. Gives me a chance to hit you, so. Works for me. Alright. We're gonna get Brian to move up. Interfuse with this rubble. Hopefully this splinter blast will take down the gobbler. Beautiful. All's well that ends well. Yeah. Gonna level up for Tallara. Tallara is now a blue horn warrior. And she is going to get... Ooh, Thundering Challenge. Once per combat as a swift action. Tallara frightens the enemy, forcing them to spend their next turn running away. That could come in handy, I think. We'll give Tallara the Necklace of Rhythm as well, for some extra speed. Ooh, and we also get Pauldrons of Courage. We'll give to Kenny. Good loot. Those what killed our Guardian, you think? Kind of surprising. I like what they did with the place. Pretty atmospheric, a blue-lit corpse. You ready to get out of here, Khmer? I'm already moving! They file from the cave, each shuffling through their own thoughts. Ogun, I'm sorry. We got what we came for, just too late to save Father. Our family met hard fates. We'll come back and move him if you like. Carry him to a better place of rest. Oh, hang on. I thought he was a ghost. He's frozen still as a statue. Oh. My bad. I didn't understand that when we first saw him. But apparently we're going to move him to somewhere where he can feel the sun, rain, and breeze. They mark their way out, making sure those who've returned can find Khmer's brother. The forest smells sweeter than before. Camp that night is on the edge of the woods. You look good, Brian. If you feel like it, we'll forego the elixir. We can try that, thank you. Khmer sleeps early. Brian and Tallara stay up to watch the fire fade into its embers. Tallara, you know, when I held that crystal, I got this weird sensation. Something happened long ago. There were queens, and cities, and an empire beneath the sea. Gorgons. Or betrayed by... I don't know. It's weird. The miracle magic came from the ocean. You're all better, yeah? That Igokora thing? It's done? Yeah, feels like it. I can hear it in your voice. I'm glad. Never knew how glad I'd be to know things weren't ending. The disease's vestiges are wiped and gone from Brian's body. In fact, the cure has left him stronger. From time to time, he'll dream of a world beneath the sea. He'll wake in a well of blue bottomless sorrow, till he recognizes the sky. And Brian gets a new ability, plus 10 and also plus 10 retirement age. And his stats went up. We're gonna give him... We're gonna upgrade his Myth Weaver so his interfusions do more damage. And so if we go to Brian now... Oh, I didn't know if there would be... Oh yeah, it's in his history. Contracting a rare disease called Igokora, he chanced upon a holy pilgrim who was able to guide him to a cure. This brush with mortality helped him recognize the preciousness of his own life. Ever after, he seemed more able to accept his past and forgive himself his failings. Oh, sweet Brian. You needed that. Alright, so we did actually intercept here the horde, I guess. And we can stand strong here and defend Ilbor's records. So, let's do that. All heroes in this tile will help defend it against the pillaging Deepists. So you don't have many heroes here, so 4 farmers will also join the fight. Alright, let's go! The Deepists have come. Lowing horns begin to drown even the wailing wind. How should the defenders respond? Can't let ourselves die here. Let's go with Brian's idea to stay hidden until the last moment and fight with cunning. Concealed amid their surroundings, they elude the frustrated eyes of their enemy. Choosing the moment to strike is up to them. Wait for it. Strike! So we get stealth and cunning as combat modifiers. And there are a lot of foes. Okay, so we need to kill all enemies. They are going to come in waves. It is us and our farmer helpers. Alright, let's get everybody set up. So we're going to move the farmers back. Obviously, we do not want them in the front lines. In good positions where they can fire on enemies. Maybe we'll get right in the doorway. And we're going to move Brian back as well. Actually, maybe Brian will go right behind Kebby. So then he can interfuse some of these items here. Nothing better than a good siege, right? Just after you get cured of your terminal illness. Alright. Stand fast! We can do this! We can do this if they stop dodging all of our attacks. That would be helpful. Alright. There's none coming this way right now, so I'm gonna get Tallara to move this way. And strike! Shoot. Come on, farmers! Hey, good job, guys. Look at that. Take down an enemy all on your own. Yeah, you can do it. Oh, cool. That hit both of them. That was a good use of discus right there by Brian. Alright, big boys coming in from the south and the north. Whew! Actually, can Amwe get it up here? Yeah. Strike! Yes! Pitchforks are just as dangerous as a spear. Beautiful. Alright. So that takes care of them. Some arrows into Big Boy here. Fortunately, he seems to be taking cover behind this, so we didn't really hit him at all during those actions, which is unfortunate. But he did just get hit in the trap that we had Brian set, so that's good. Get Tallara to come down here and stab him. Nice. Oh, we're doing good here. We're holding fast. Alright, so who is left? There are some here. They're not apparent, I guess. So we will just make everyone wait along here. She can come back down here. Move Kemi out. Aha! There's the enemy that I was looking for. If that's the case. Let's move Brian out to interfuse with this barrel. And Splinter Blast it. Oh man, he dodged the fire. How rude. He did take damage on the second turn though, so that's good. Hopefully Tallara can finish him off here. Is that everybody? Did we hold out? Hell yeah, that wasn't hard at all. We did great. Defended this place against the incursion. Brian also leveled up and is now a Blue Horn Mystic. And I'm gonna choose Spirit Blade. It's a passive / active move. When allies stand directly adjacent to an interfused object, they gain +1 damage, and interfused blazes can be used to grant nearby allies fiery attacks. Very cool. Alright, so we held Ilbor's records, thankfully. Unfortunately, we do now have to backtrack back to the Jorwoods, which is where we were going before Brian got inflicted with his illness. But we will save that for next day, guys, and hopefully that will be the last tile that we need to clear before we can reach the pass and hold Whitelith door. Thanks everyone so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please feel free to give the video a thumbs up. Maybe let me know what your favorite part was down in the comments section below, and I would really, really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button. Until next time, guys!